I am Margaret Second, and welcome to Feng Shui of Apartment and Condominiums, Part 4 of the Practical Applications of Feng Shui video tutorials. Today we're going to take a quick look at what are some of the important features that you'll have to take note. Let's get started then. What is important to remember is that whatever applies to good feng shui for buildings or office locations that was taken in part 3 will also apply when we're looking for a condominium or an apartment to call home. We look at the location and the neighboring structures, landforms such as roads and waterways. So do review the video tutorials on location and buildings for the feng shui tips to finding a condominium with good feng shui in relation to its location and landscape. Let's get on with other feng shui tips that you have to remember. Now, with regards building foyer, the first thing you'll be checking out is the layout. Ideally, the foyer to the apartments should not be cramped and dimly lighted, as well as the foyer as you come in from the street to the building and into the building itself. It should be well lighted. It should not be too narrow, and it should not be cramped. It should also, uh, be wide enough so that all this qi can actually circulate and not stagnate. What other features still do you have to think about or look for? And now let's get to the elevators and the staircases. We have to examine how the apartment units are laid out in relation to the staircase or the elevators. What are we supposed to be watching out for? Well, main doors that faces the lifts or staircases. These are a no-no. Main door that also aligns directly with the back door, as in that of houses. When you have a main door, you do not want the main door facing directly towards another door or a window. Same likewise in an apartment. You don't want that main door to open up and you're looking and staring directly at another window or another back door. Now, another thing to remember is that units at the end of a long corridor does not have good qi. So best to avoid buying or renting a unit, an apartment that is located at the end of a long hallway or corridor. Now, main doors of units that do not align well with each other. That's another thing that you have to watch out for because it does create some negative qi among the neighbors. Okay? Now, what other features should we also should be looking for? Now, the apartment foyer, the foyer just behind your main door, the immediate area upon entering your unit or apartment should again not be narrow, should not be cramped, or it should not be dimly lit. It should actually be well lighted. This is actually another thing that we have taken before, like I've mentioned this before in my other video tutorials about bright lights, bright hall. This is also applicable to that of houses. This feng shui tip is also applicable to houses as well. The view that you should be seeing upon entering the main door should be, the living room as much as possible. Make sure that your apartment does not have pillars or protruding columns that create sha qi or negative energy. What else should we look out for? Okay, in the interior of the apartment units, there are a few important points to remember that are actually similar to that of a house, the feng shui tips on houses. And these are also, these are some of the feng shui tips with regards to the interior layout of the rooms in an apartment. First of all, you should take note that the bedrooms and kitchen should be located in preferably the inner portion of the apartment. The apartment unit, the kitchen and bathroom should not be in the center of the unit. This is also true for houses. Bathroom and kitchen should not face each other, and doors should not face each other as well, especially a bedroom door and a toilet door. So preferably bedrooms are located away from the main entrance area and cannot be seen from the main entrance. Do not have a room, again, that is situated in the end of a long hallway. Now, with regards to center of the apartment unit, preferably if there was a room in there, it should actually be a family room or a room where the family members gather. Again, it should not be the center should not have the kitchen and the bathroom in it. Um, so this is also applicable. These feng shui tips and pointers are also applicable for houses. A center of houses should actually be at least a clear space, or a most likely preferable room would be the family room. Okay, so what else should we actually be on the lookout for? Maybe one of the last features that I'm gonna mention here are the balconies. Now, if you're lucky to have a balcony in your apartment unit, that's a great feature, especially balconies with the beautiful views that they are highly prized, especially in the condo world. And I guess it's also the same with houses. The balcony that overlook a beautiful sceneries, a nice park, a nice landscape are highly desirable. However, make sure that you do not have too many balconies in your apartments or likewise in your houses. Worst would be two balconies that actually are kind of facing each other. What I mean here is you have a balcony that's in the living room, and then it's actually facing straight towards a balcony that you have, let's say, in a dining room. So this is the feng shui nodo that we actually are saying, or we try to remember in terms of windows and doors. We don't want a window facing another window. Likewise, we don't want another door aligned straight with another door, because the chi flow uh, that comes in from one will actually just go out the other window or door easily. Also make sure that the decorative features, as we're still talking about balconies, make sure that the decorative features on the grills of the balcony, like if you have some decorative motif on the grills itself, make sure that they're not menacing, they're not sharp, and especially they're not pointed towards inward towards the apartment or towards the house if you have balconies in the house, and especially if they're pointed and if they're sharp. Also, like balconies, you do not want to, well, like windows, you do not want to have too many balconies, and windows, you also do not want to have too many windows, especially in a room. The preferable ratio will be 3 to 1. Okay, like a 3 windows to a 1 type of ratio. Okay, so this concludes our part 4 series of practical applications of feng shui. I do hope the tips you've learned here will help you in finding the house or apartment with the best feng shui. Thank you for joining me in this 4-part series. Um, I hope to see you soon in my other feng shui online courses. So bye bye for now, and I'll see you soon.